Do a bit of a quick refresh here. Make sure my sound is off. Is it going yet? Still says it's waiting on this end, but there's always a delay. How's it going, everybody? I already see a bunch of you in the chat. Excellent. Yeah, we're up and running. Welcome to Dadified. Welcome to our Giving Tuesday special. I almost forgot that Giving Tuesday was a thing. We all get so caught up in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all these sales, all this. After Thanksgiving, there's this mad dash. And if anything, I'm glad I didn't get anything Friday or Monday, because now the stuff that I forgot to get during those sales, I can get to help support some causes. If you guys haven't followed my Instagram already, I'm on there as the Secondhand Overland. And I kind of announced this during our last live stream, but I want to put it at the beginning of this one so that way it's easier for folks to see. And yeah, I do see you guys coming here. I'm going to say hello here in a quick second, but shameless plug. My friends at trains.com, that's trains with a Z or a Z for you across the pond, have a special thing going on today for Giving Tuesday, because you can shop on trains.com like I do. I really like their wish list function because I can always put stuff in there, and then I get an email alert when it's back in stock. So like if I'm looking for something that's not there but has been sold there before, I've told you guys all about that stuff before. But today is special because when you purchase stuff on trains.com, there are a bunch of organizations that you can choose to send 10% of your purchase to donate to one of these great organizations. There's model railroading clubs. There's actual like railroading heritage institute kind of stuff. Let me pull up the list here again. I had it last time. Yeah. So participating organizations for trains.com's Giving Tuesday event include the New Jersey High Railers, the Train Collectors Association, the National Model Railroad Association, NMRA, the guys that hate three rails, the Railway Restoration Project 113, Lewis Junction Railroad and Bridge Association, the PRR T1 Trust, the guys that are building a T1 duplex, my good friends at the Union Pacific Railroad Museum across the river in Council Bluffs, Iowa, the Southern Museum, I suppose I should say Suburn, Cheyenne Depot Museum in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which we have visited, and the Southeastern Railway Museum. All of these organizations that are listed in here, when you purchase stuff on Trains today, before you check out, it says either let Trains decide who I donate to, and they'll kind of split it up, or you can specifically pick from one of those organizations to have your purchase go towards. So you get cool trains, and you get to support other cool trains, whether they're the model format or the slightly larger format. It's a really cool thing that's going on, and I want to make sure that everyone knows about that. It's been a bit of a whirlwind weekend, and that kind of bleeds into this week then too. I work all day on Mondays, so I don't get to do nearly as much kind of getting caught up on things. I hope that this has been announced. I don't know if it has been. I've got a thing up on my Instagram and Facebook about it as well, and I wanted to let you guys know here. But I'm going to kind of backtrack here and go through some more comments. Looks like Noah's in here right off the bat. McChicken has a snow day, so he can watch the stream. Thanks for joining us. Spike Man, he's got a Lionel 3000 Mohawk. Aren't they restoring? I think it's 3001 that they're restoring the Mohawk. That's pretty cool. It says an O-scale guy. Perfect. So am I. I see myself in there as 75 STI, of course. I'm moderating my own chat. Aiden says, just got my Christmas tree set up with my growing collection of Lionel Hallmark ornaments. Oh, yeah, and that's actually what's the photo for this. I have an old Lionel the General American type that's on our tree. For the longest time, it didn't have a tender. I actually recently went out and found the tender for it. Looks like William Miller's in here. Oh, hey, Will, what's up? Family, Steamer Willie says, family got me a new laptop for the holidays. Oh, that's cool. Newt says, give me the money. Give me the money. No, the money for like trains.com goes to those organizations. Oh, Rick used my code at Trains. Cool. Thanks for the support, man. In case you don't know, I am a Trains affiliate, although I've been a fan of theirs long before I was an affiliate anyways, because it's just a great site with lots of selection, and I really like their search tools, especially. And now they've got a great assortment of parts, especially like rail sounds boards and R2LC boards and all the things that old crotchety guys on Facebook forums complain about. Oh, those command control engines, they fail, they blow up their paperweights. It's just Chinese crap. Well, all right. Well, I can just jump on trains.com and fix it. Fool you. Ever buy anything from Berwyn's? No, Hunter, I haven't yet. If they've got a website, I'm really specific with stuff that I'm looking for. And because, like that shop isn't close to me, I just have the internet to go off of. And I don't comb through, like, go to Hennings, go to Nicholas Smith, go to Berwyn's, go to all these other sites to look for them. If they don't show up in my Google search, then I usually don't know that they're out there, which is a shame, because I have totally found things like on train stores' websites that I couldn't find in a Google search for some reason. Maybe you guys know why that is. Washington Railboy, hi! I got 844 back there with some Rio Grande Heritage cars. See, and then from Ogden, speaking of that, hello, welcome Ogden, Utah. Corey's in here. What's up, buddy? That's really cool that New Jersey High Railers are actually on the list of organizations that you can support with the Giving Tuesday thing on trains.com. So that's really neat. Help them rebuild their, not even rebuild, because rebuilding insinuates that they're making the same thing again, but it's a different space. For those that don't know, the New Jersey High Railers are no longer in their original Gigantamax space kind of area that they have there. They've moved into a new building, which is great, but it is smaller, at least floor plan wise it's smaller, but I think that just means that they can build up more. So really interested to see what they come up with and watch it kind of take shape. Go follow them if you haven't already. They're on all sorts of social media platforms. New Jersey High Railers. Fantastic guys, and Corey's one of them. Chooch is in here. What's up, buddy? Yes, Hunter, I've got my tree up. No thanks to me, actually. I got a text from the wife on Saturday while I was working. No, on Friday while I was working. And she was asking where, like, the base for the tree was. And I'm like, are you guys putting that up yourselves? Like, yeah. I don't know where things go. And, like, my son Colin was actually helping her with assembly stuff. He's pretty good with Legos, so it doesn't surprise me that he's also pretty good with tree assembly. He was able to figure out some things that she couldn't. So good to know that all these like building and skills and all that other stuff is actually coming into play. I'm glad he's figuring that stuff out. All right. Viker Studio says, looking forward to working on my layout after work today so I can get started on my submission for Bill B's Boxcar Challenge. That's a great time to plug that thing too. Man, there are just so many fun things to do around the holidays. It's already train season. But then you got all your Polar Express stuff and everyone getting their holiday layouts up and all the cool shopping things and sales and stuff like that. And in this case, my good friend Bill B of the Ozark, Midland, and Southern Railroad, he's about, I think we figured it out, I think he's about a 6-hour drive from here. I totally am making plans next year to visit him because I want to see the layout and chat with him and catch up. I got the chance to meet him, albeit briefly, in person at my first York in spring of 2024. And I think that's the last one of those that he was able to go to. Some health stuff and just life stuff in general has gotten in the way. But yeah, Bill B's Boxcar Challenge is on. There are a bunch of folks doing them. It is so great seeing all the submissions. I click that hashtag every morning just to see new ones that have come in. So, and I know Bill's like Santa, like he's always watching, like he's always looking for stuff like that. So, and it's always great to see him commenting on stuff. So like, like like leave like a little sticky note. Bill was here. Like, you know, he's seen your video because he always leaves a comment, and it's always encouraging and always thankful. And that's just the kind of guy that he is anyways. So yeah, don't ever be like, I wonder if what I'm making is good enough. Oh, it's great. It's good enough. Bill is ecstatic and psyched to see anybody taking part in the boxcar challenge. We made one, what was it, last week? 2 weeks ago? Kind of end of November. That was a lot of fun to do that. Bill even watched it live. I saw him in the comments on there. Corey was there too. Oh, wait, that's right. Corey isn't just a member of the New Jersey High Railers. He's VP. Good old vice president over there. That's awesome. Mike, what's up, dude? Hi. What's up, pilot drummer? How's it going, buddy? All right, let's see. Joe Hampton says, I have 4 Christmas trees up with a train around each one of them. We were actually thinking of doing a train around our tree this year. Fun fact, we don't typically do that. We've got trains down here, and so to have trains in other rooms in the house, I imagine can get to be a little bit overkill, but it's also a space thing. Our tree is close enough to the window over there, in the bay window in front of our house, to where in order for a train to go around it properly, we would have to kind of pull it further away from that, and it would come further into the room. And also, my corgi Daphne likes to sleep under the tree. She's kind of got her little doggy bed close to the window there because she likes to bark at leaves and squirrels and people and air. And so she likes to sit there when we're not home. So to have a train go through her territory, I don't think would go over very well. I have seen those bits where you can like put like trains in the tree, like they have like their own like little supported rails going around. But O-gauge is pretty big to do that with, probably pretty heavy to do that with as well. And I don't really want to get into other scales and such. Plus, there's enough Lionel train hallmark ornaments. We have them as well on the tree where I'm not really as worried about doing something like that. No school for Michael Train. Nice deal. Yeah, it seems like a lot of folks have snow days and such. Maybe you guys are getting what we got. We had a pretty decent amount of snow over the weekend. Nothing crazy. Nothing over, not even a half a foot. But enough to make idiot drivers be even more stupid, if you can imagine that. Yeah, so there's white stuff flying. It looks like we're getting some more this weekend. I like it. Well, okay, let me know in the comments if you agree. When it snows, at least here in the Midwest, a lot of times it gets warm enough, like a couple days later, to where most of it melts and then everything's just dead and gross looking. And then it stays like that for a while until we get another round of snow. It very rarely does it seem to snow and then stick around and look pretty. But honestly, we're on, let's see, it snowed Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so 3 days in, and it's still been cold enough to where the snow is still looking nice and fresh and, you know, still stuck to the trees and not looking brown and grody. It's still a nice looking snow. Does the snow in your guys' area, once it snows, it kind of sticks around for a while, or does it seem to go away pretty quickly? It just seems like we always get gypped with snow around here. I like snow. I like, I don't like some of the issues that it causes, but to me, it's pretty, especially this time of year, I love to get it around Christmas time. And Saturday was perfect timing because everyone was putting up their Christmas lights and decorations, and it's snowing outside, and it's so nice. I hate when there's no snow on the ground for Christmas. It doesn't have to be snowing on Christmas. Just to have snow around on Christmas. It's just puts the cherry on top. But some people don't get snow in their ears. I totally get that. Yeah, no train around the tree and Bobby fainted. Well, he couldn't have fainted too long because he already chimed in a little bit later. No snow in North Carolina, just cold and rainy. Boo! Cold isn't bad. Rain isn't bad, but cold and rain just gets dreary. You might as well just live in London. Remember to leave milk and cookies out for Bill B. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. Aiden says, S-scale seems like a really fun scale for around a tree, especially older ones. Funny you should mention that. A good friend of mine, Lee, met me at York and gave us an S-gauge starter set. That is literally just a loop of track. My dad has it at his house, one of the pins was missing, so we couldn't actually complete the loop of track. But he grabbed an extra and fired it up, and the tray just buzzes. It doesn't move. So we're gonna have to it's probably just old gunky kind of lubricant in the gears. That always happens on older engines. So we'll get it checked out and get it running. But that would probably be a good size for having around a tree. S gauge would be nice, especially since we already have it. And I know I said I wouldn't collect other scales and such, but if it was given to us and we already have it, we might as well. It's nostalgic, you know? It would look nice. I would like it. Let's see. David says, I have a train around my tree. However, my pre-lit tree decided it no longer wants to be lit. So it's just a tree. It's an unlit tree. Michael says, depends for me in New York, but I don't think it's going away since we are getting more snow in the coming weeks. So you're talking about the snow being there. Excellent. No snow in the Pacific Northwest yet. Uh-oh. I have just a simple loop that, Bobby says, just a simple loop that doesn't extend outside the base of the tree. Nice. Easy enough. I saw someone actually messaged me. Shoot, I forget the guy. It'll come to me after the stream, I'm sure. But he literally used our design idea of loops and then narrows and goes around. He used that same idea. It goes around the tree, and then it loops back in nice and narrow and goes around some other furniture and then comes back in along the edge of the wall back underneath the tree. So he said he used our design for the secondhand overland to kind of inspire how he was going to set his Christmas layout. And that's really cool. I just can't think of who it was, but forgive me. If you're in the chat, chime in. If you're watching this later, I'm sorry, I forgot. There's just my brain is just spinning today. So many things to think about. Harry H.O. Scale. Hello from snowy Chicago. Wow. What's up, buddy? I was actually looking through, I think it was one of my, my getting started with O-Gauge, or there was one of those videos that I made earlier this summer that was kind of a tutorial kind of video. And it's always great seeing comments from you. So thank you for the support. You're the right kind of HO scaler, honestly. Not because you do O-Gauge also, or at least you're getting your feet wet with that stuff. But so many other scales use it as a way to segregate and to be snobs about it. I literally saw a comment from somebody, and this sums up most people that I've come into contact on the internet from, just to kind of be like, well, I'm an HO guy, so therefore I don't like O-Gauge. The only reason for not liking O-Gauge is because you do another scale? I don't know. It seems kind of elitist kind of deal. Again, I've said this a couple times, but we probably would have done HO scale had my dad not warned me that, hey, if you're getting started at like 3 years old with your son with model trains at home, HO is going to be kind of fragile. You're probably going to want to do something bigger. And so he gave us a loop of G-gauge track from my old childhood days, but that just took up way too much room. And this still takes up a lot of room, don't get me wrong. Yeah, O-Gauge is not small, but it's more appropriate for small hands, for little kids and such. So it was something that we could grow into without breaking stuff. We could have gotten like a Bachmann starter set that I didn't care if it broke or not. But no, I'm glad we did I'm glad we did O-Gauge, and it's not that I don't like HO. It's this is what we got started with, and I have no plans to kind of delve into other scales and such, especially just from a space standpoint. This takes up enough of that room. But I really like the folks that chime in, that do other scales, that can appreciate other scales. I don't really like the guys that are literally just there to poo-poo on your parade and say, you're doing 3 rails is wrong, O-Gauge is silly, NMRA hates you, nobody likes what you're doing, Lionel and MTH and proprietary control systems should go away, and DCS and all this stuff. That's fine, O-Gauge is not without its issues, I get that. But don't use it as a way to condemn the entire scale or gauge or trains. It's all, if you ask me, it's all trains, it's all good. Yeah, so No, I don't want to do an update. Come on, computer. We're doing a live stream. What are you doing? I talked for a while there. Let's see. Oh, Will says, oh, it was you, Will. Okay, good. Yay. So in the comments, Mr. William Miller, you put your pinky out if he's in trouble, you call him William, but I'm pretty sure he just goes by Will. All-wheel drive trains. What's up, Ben? How's it going? Ben's in Tennessee. But yeah, good to see them back at it again. They kind of did a little teaser on their YouTube about a new video finally. It's train season, they got to get back into it. Rick says, rain here, snow only on my layout. I don't want it anywhere else. That's a good point. If you're not going to have snow outside, you might as well have snow inside in a controlled, fluffy, picturesque environment that you create. That's probably the better way to enjoy snow. All scales of model trains are great. Yes. But, well, it's like cars, like you have your Mopar guys, you have your import tuner scene guys, you have different cults of people that like only their stuff and everything else is garbage. It's the same kind of folks in O-Gauge that are like, post-war is the best and everything else is a piece of junk. Okay, we even have segregation within our own scales, I suppose, which is sad. But I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day, learning how to do repairs on model trains in general is good. Regardless of whether you buy new things, used things, regardless of whether you model post-war older stuff or newer stuff, there are things that need maintenance. There are things that need care and repairing and stuff like that. And so having the ability to, know what you're doing with a screwdriver or two can be really helpful, regardless. And so all the guys that are beating their chests about post-war and how long it lasts and all that other stuff, it doesn't last without knowing how to fix stuff. You still have to take care and repair and maintain that stuff. I've totally run into I need to figure out how to re-grease. Actually, I need to figure out how to get to the motor in it. But I got an old post-war engine that was given to us that just ran like crap. And it's for all the guys that are like, post-war lasts forever. Yes, if you take care of it. And as I've been seeing, these fancy insert Asian country of manufacturer locomotives here can also last quite a long time if you take care of them. I work for Subaru, and, a lot of people are like, oh, Subarus last forever. I've seen Subarus not last forever, but it's not the Subaru's fault. It's because the people that were supposed to take care of them didn't. I think a lot of domestic brands like Chevy and Ford, especially their smaller cars, got a bad rap because the people that bought them could barely afford to get them and then definitely did not put the money in to maintain them. If you don't take care of your stuff, whether it's the Taj Mahal or the Trash Mahal, if you don't take care of it, it will fall apart. Off soapbox. What else we got? Oh, what did Newt say that I missed? I need to scroll up. More petty and condescending than elitist to me. Yeah, I agree, Chooch. Maybe elitist wasn't the word. I'm tempted to pick up the HO Next Gen Acela because getting third rails is going to put me in divorce court. Yeah, the third rail is a spicy meatball. I'm excited to see what this latest round of third rail brass models brings to three rail. Having it in the catalog is one thing. Saying they're going to be between 8 and 10 months out for production is another. But actually doing it and actually seeing them delivered and seeing what this latest iteration of third rail looks like and operates like is it's going to be nice. I feel like they've got a lot of positive momentum right now, and now we're just waiting for those trains from that catalog that came out over the summer to deliver. I think that's going to be a defining moment for third rail, for Sunset Models, for Third and Townsend, whatever they're calling themselves now. Jay is fantastic. Really enjoy the interactions that I've had with him. I didn't even realize it. I was talking with him before he even owned the company. He had reached out on social media for something. I had a question and he just chimed right in. Rick. Rick says, all scales are great as long as they're not semi-scale. You know how to get me triggered. I do have a lot more scale stuff than I thought. And you can do a lot more with scale with 048 turns than a lot of people realize. Like, people are like, when I brought the 844 to the train club on Sunday, they're like, is that the semi-scale one? No, it's full scale. I thought you only ran semi-scale. Well, first of all, there is a semi-scale 844, but it's massively undersized compared to this thing. And second of all, yeah, this baby can cheat. It's rated for 054, although I think some of them say 072. It's not the engine. It's the darn tender. The Centipede tender has all those wheels in a row, and they flanged them all for some stupid reason. So I just put blind wheels in the middle 3 of this last set of wheels here, and it works a treat around the line. And I know that the tender's the issue, because when I had that JLC big boy here to compare between that and my Lion Master, the issues that the locomotive had around 060, because there is a shot where it's coming around this inner line, that is 060 right there. It wasn't the locomotive, it was the tender that looked like it was going to pop off the rails. Let's see. Newt says, I'm tempted to... Oh, he already said that. I already said that. Oh, because I haven't scrolled down. Silly me. Viker says, as an N-scaler, I enjoy the smaller scale so I can do operations in a compact space, but would love to have an O-scale cab forward in my display case. Well, good, because those cab forwards are Chinese junk, and just buy a paperweight version. Buy one that blew up. That's sad. Let's see. All right. McChicken says, running trains while watching Dadified is peak. I almost read it as we speak, which it probably is. But no, yeah, it's cool that you're running what are you running? Let me know. If you guys are running trains while you're watching this, let me know what you're running. I want to see what you're doing. What you guys want to see run here in the next coming, I guess, shorts and stuff like that. I've got so many videos I want to do. I just don't have the time, and I don't have the you guys don't have the time to watch them all. I need to space them out. There are videos that I thought about doing, and some of them have come back around, and other of them are just like in like a permanent queue of waiting for me to run out of ideas and be like, all right, I guess I'll do the scale running session one. Literally Many Projects says the Siemens Charger they made is fantastic. The Siemens Charger also looks like a early 2000s minivan from Japan, but that's just me being a dork. Yeah, I think if I had stuff like that ran around here more often, like if you live on the East Coast and you see Chargers all the time, or if you live in Amtrak land, you're more inclined to have Amtrak stuff on your line. Part of the reason I don't care about having modern stuff here is, aside from the freight lines that come through here, there's nothing really exciting to watch coming through. So we build up all the good old days of steam and early diesel. It's also an excuse that I keep saying to keep myself from getting into modern, because I know if I do start doing one modern, then the gloves will be off and I'll be out of money and out of space and have way too many trains for this small of a track layout. Hey, Rick says, I own some semi-scaled trains. I have 072. I buy what I like. It's a good way to do it. It's good. Let's see. Oh man, you guys are coming in here. I need to keep up. Steam Rail Willie says something about challenge. Oh, Mike usually makes a video around the end of the year about Colin and his favorite trains. Yes. Oh, did somebody ask earlier? I need to scroll up and see what I missed. Oh, what's your favorite? And was Son's favorite steamer and diesel? Maybe we should separate it up into what our favorite steam and diesel is, because right now it's just our top 5, and every now and then a diesel makes it in there. I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably do a top 5 in January again, because we'll have more locomotives again. The list is getting shaken up a little bit more this year. I think some trains that were his favorites, he's just flat out forgotten about. Maybe we need to run them again. That's the thing. If you want to sell a train, don't run it. If you want to keep it, pull it out of the, dust it off and get it back out on the line. You remember why you like it. One of the most rewarding things you can do in model trains in general is enjoy the stuff that you have. We get so stuck in this buy, don't delay, buy today, $5,000 off MSRP. That would really only work if you were getting like one of those supersets or 1/3 rail engine. But no, we get stuck in this buy mentality, and then we look around and like, I got more trains than I know what to do with. I haven't run that one in months. So yeah, I try and rotate the collection. And it's much easier to rotate the locomotives when they can all pull the same kind of cars. I've been loving these Woodside reefer cars because as long as they're region specific, Midwest kind of stuff, you can put whatever locomotive you want out front. Southern Pacific, Union Pacific, Chicago Northwestern, Santa Fe, Missouri Pacific, the Katy, Rio Grande, Great Northern, doesn't matter. If they operated in this area, and most of our locomotives did, and we have the freight from this area with those Woodside reefers, then you don't have to worry about making them like road name specific cars with them. Yes, I know that freight trains mixed up cars anyways, but I've got enough freight cars. Still got too many freight cars. I need to figure out a way to pare this collection down a little bit more, just to make my life slightly easier when I'm putting stuff on, because there are some freight cars I have not run in ages, but we usually try and do like a longest train bit, and usually the longest train means that we get a lot of stuff out. It's to the point where I have more freight cars than we have track, though, so there are still some cars that will never get run. You guys run into that problem? Let's see. Oh, missing more comments. Sure. Hello, Vintage HO Trains. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you guys are killing it in the comments section. This is fun. If you haven't left a like already, please do. Thanks for the support. If you're new, subscribe. Love picking up new subscribers and hearing what you guys have to say. I love reading comments. I never get... I'm constant... Like, when I check my YouTube studio thing, my app, to see how videos are doing, I'm not checking views. I'm not, like, chasing, like, oh, man, like, how many views did that short get? Oh, man, how well is this video doing? No, I'm checking to see if I have comments and feedback on stuff, because I love hearing from you guys. So even if it's just like a great video, Mike, or, hey, I have that train, or I'm thinking of doing this, talk to me. Getting me to shut up is the trick, right? So leaving comments, oh man, I'm going to dive right in. So comments on videos. I mean, the chat, I can't even keep up. You guys are fantastic. But the saddest days as a creator for me are when I look at my phone and there's no new comments. It's like, oh man, nobody to talk with about this stuff. I guess I'll just message Art, Ray, and Dell for the 40th time that day. Or Larkin. Usually it's either Larkin or the group chat that I'm in with the other 3 Rails 4 Dads cast. I need my train fix, even when I'm at work, just walking out to go pull a car up for somebody. Oh, sweet. Ray got the Blurple. He got the Reading and Northern. It's either Heritage or Anniversary, but it's got that really cool bluish, purplish color. I call it Blurple, and I'm glad it's starting to catch on. Aiden says RJ is gonna manifest with all this talk about Chargers and Amtrak. Now, I don't think he is. Usually he's doing stuff around like 2 o'clock my time, so a little later in the day. Harry is running Nickel Plate Road 779, or maybe he's running it. Wow, I got these weird hiccups going. What did I have for lunch? Oh, McChicken's running a GP9. Very nice. Let's see. What else are we running? Wait, finally made it for the live. My train... Oh! Hey, what's up, buddy? My train room in here is that-ish direction from me. I've met him at the Elkhorn Menards a couple times. I need to come check out his layout. He keeps worrying about the roads out here. I think he underestimates my craziness, A, with trains, and B, with Subarus, because I don't care what the weather's like. I'm going out. Unless I'm doing a live stream, then I'm hanging out with you guys. I live in Amtrak land, less than a mile from the Northeast Corridor. Literally many projects is chiming in. Yep, so I bet it's much more interesting for you to have Amtrak on your lines there. When is the next 3 Rails 4 Dads? That's a great question. Let me check my calendar, because we did just set the date for it. I can't remember exactly what day in December. And I can't even tell you guys who our guest is. Haha. Oh my gosh, it's next Friday, December 12th. Next Friday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know why I said that backwards. The 3 Rails 4 Dads, our live stream, not really a podcast kind of show, is back with special guest Jason Stuckard. JD Stucks is going to be with us. So going to be fun it's fun hanging out with him at York and stuff anyways. It's great messaging him and keeping in touch. He keeps in touch a lot with Bill B as well, so he and I kind of like chime in like, hey, did you hear this about Bill? Oh no, let me check in and see with him. We're like, oh, hey, did you hear about this? Yeah, he messaged me this morning about it, and we kind of like watch out for him, I guess. But no, Jason's awesome. So it's going to be really fun to have him on the show. So you guys won't want to miss that on Friday the 12th. Let me get back to the live. Do I have any Menards rolling stock? Yes, I do. And my favorite 2 pieces I will show you right now. I'm really proud of these because they're kind of a kit bash. These are some lumber loads on Union Pacific flat cars. The flat cars were made in 2024. They had a truck on them. They came in a set together like this. They are separately numbered too, with their stickers. But they didn't come with these loads. These loads are off of 2 other cars that I picked up at a train show, but the trucks were broken on one of them, and they're just plastic, so when they're broken, they're just kind of trash. And you can't really replace them because they're just riveted in on the bottom here. And the other one, the actual like frame of the thing was like fractured. And so I took these loads off of those and I mounted them, complete with the chains and everything, to these flat cars. And these are pretty much on perma display over in front of my lumber yard over there, especially since it's Millard Lumber and there would have been a Union Pacific track going by there. Having some UP flat cars seemed like a good idea. So these are not only Menards cars, but my favorite Menards cars that we have, because they just look nice, and I'm really proud of the kind of switcheroo work that I did with those cars. This one would have been in Alaska, I believe. These were like early 2000s Menards, kind of early O-gauge. And then this one just said Menards on it. It was just a red flat car. It had an extra little sticker Menards logo down here, but I kind of got rid of that, so that way it's just a nondescript, roof frame kind of deal. So yeah, those are my favorites there. Oh, he loves the lumber cars. Thanks, Vintage HO Trains. Dadified's going international. What I mean? Oh, Alfonso's here. What's up? Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Tengo ir al baño? I don't really know a whole lot of Spanish. I should know enough to be deadly, I guess. Not deadly, to be especially in the sales world, in car sales, which I don't do the car sales portion of my job anymore. That's not my focus at all anymore. But they're always looking for the dual language kind of salespeople. And when we don't have them, man, does it show, because that's when all of the Spanish-speaking customers come in, and when we have to go find somebody that works in service or whatever to come over and translate if we want to sell a car. So it's important. Let's see. David's starting our huge Christmas layout on Thursday. Can't wait to run 3977. It's been too long. And he also has another engine he wants to run, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to help him out with maybe doing some troubleshooting on that, having some issues, because it's Chinese junk, right? Having some issues with a legacy Lion Master, so hope I can help him out with that. No snow in Arizona, though, of course. Aiden says, Mike, have you seen the new Menards U.S. Army F units? Yeah, they've come up with a lot of cool military stuff. They had some howitzer cars, where like half the car is a howitzer, and the other half of the car is like a box, presumably full of ammo. So that's cool. Oh no, he works next Friday night. Harry's gonna miss the live stream. It's okay, you can watch the replay. It's still pretty fun to watch. Daniel says, I finally found the perfect 1950 773 Hudson Intender. Bucket list done. Thanks for your posts. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know how I helped you find a Hudson, but I'm glad you did. Those are like those kind of peak of your kind of collection locomotives are always special to find. I actually don't know what ours is. I think because we do command control, it's a little bit easier to find your kind of white whale kind of locomotives. I do have a cool announcement coming up about... So earlier in the year I did that post about finding my white whales. I'm going to follow that one up with the white whales that we found. And then kind of formulate a new list of engines to look for in the coming year. It'll kind of be like a New Year's resolution. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. So if you guys will excuse me. I made way more noise. Excuse me there. Ray, what's up, buddy? I just spilled the beans about Jason Stuckard. You either call him JD Stucks or Jason Stuckard. You can't like mix the two apparently. But no, Ray is snowed in. All right, and putting up the tree. Good deal. Oh, my Spanish isn't that great though. Daniel's chiming in about the custom lumber cars. Thank you for the compliment on those. And let's see. What else am I missing here? Ray's here. Newt's gonna leave? No! If Ray's here, the party's just getting started. Hey, guys. I need to work on my Ray impersonation. New Year's resolution, buy more trains. Good friends help friends buy trains. Ray is actually part of that. And since Pilot Drummer David has this engine too, I suppose I was actually thinking of doing a post about this. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this is a good idea. I have been doing the difficult task of paring the collection down a little bit. But I am inclined to keep the trains, not just that I like, because I do like all of them, but the trains that have a story behind them, the trains that have a connection behind them. And one of the trains that I'll probably never be able to get rid of is thanks to Ray, and also thanks to Dell and Art. But yeah, don't discount yourself, buddy. You were part of this. Last spring, April 2025 York, I was not able to go. You know, stuff comes up and I can only travel so much. I'm not made of money. And just getting that time off from work is difficult as well. But so the Three Rails, Three Dads were at York, and they were doing a fantastic job of making me feel like I was there. Because I'm getting messages from them, hey, look at this that we found. Oh, hey, such and such says hi. They're taking pictures with friends that we see out there. It was great. I was really thankful, still am really thankful that I have that constant communication with them. I never feel like I'm out of the loop, even though I'm out here in Midwest land. But they found a Lion Master Legacy Challenger number 3977, which David has, and Art has for that matter. And they know that I'm a Lion Master nut, and they know that I have 3976, but that 3977 means a little bit more because it's actually on display here in good old Nebraska. And so they sent me some pictures of it. I'm like, oh, that's so cool that it's there. Wow, that seems like a pretty good price. So they talked with the guy that was selling them and got a better price and messaged me back and said, do you, do you want us to, do you want to buy it and we can ship it home for you? So they actually helped me get $39.77. And as much as it means to have that engine here and to have that memory of me and my son kind of opening it and showing it to him at $39.77 on display in Cody Park, that memory I'll never forget. But leading up to that point, how I even got this engine is thanks to my friends in the 3 Rails 4 Dads. So not only will I never sell that engine because of the ties to Nebraska, but because of the folks that helped me get it. I am more inclined to keep stuff that was either a gift or someone helped me find, or like with Sid, someone helped me fix. And I feel like there's a lot of that stuff in my collection nowadays. And so when I run those trains, I think of those people. And so I wanted to do like, everyone's got like a challenge these days. Oh, run your Woodside Reefers. Run your, it's front end Friday. There's always like some sort of like challenge thing, which is fine. But they're all about the trains. They're all about the equipment. They're all about the tangible, like physical part of it. I want to do like a shout out session where all of the trains that I'm running in that one have a story behind them, that you don't just have to watch it go around my layout. I can tell you why that train means something to me and the people that I've connected with through that train specifically. I don't know if it might be the only post that ever gets done about it, or if it's something you guys think would actually catch on. Like if we all did posts about trains that, friends help friends buy trains. This would be like the embodiment of that. Yeah, let me know. Oh, thanks for the like. What else did I miss here? I see the buy more trains, and I'm pretty sure the rest of them are new. Ray's Train does not live in Nebraska, or you're asking about the Northeast. I see the abbreviation NE. That is the state abbreviation for where I live, but not where Ray lives. If Ray did live in Nebraska, well, I would probably I'd probably be able to stop badgering him about coming to visit and check this place out. Where the heck is the like button? If you minimize the chat, if you're on your mobile, then you'll see like all the like and share and all that fun stuff. Oh, and Steamroll Willie is able to do more conventional stuff now because he's got a Power Master. Those are always nice when they work. Maybe I should just get a Legacy Power Master like you have, and just put it between the track and such. And that might almost be easier than the ZW setup that I have with all my little breakers. It's not a bad setup. It's still not enough. Trade secret. I maxed out my ZW. I tripped the breaker. We had Big Boy, double heading with some F3s and 8 passenger cars. Plus we had Challenger 3977 with passenger cars. And there was a third passenger train. I forget which one. I think it was Daylight with all of its passenger cars. All 3 of those locomotives on the line at the same time. I got Big Boy moving. All right. And then I got Challenger moving. Okay. And then the moment I moved Daylight, nope. Trip the breaker, power's off. I did get it to run 3, but I had to pull the double heading out. I had to get the F3s out. And I had to reduce the number of cars to each locomotive to only have 6 cars behind them. And no auxiliary tenders. I think the weight of the auxiliary tenders was making the engines work harder. And I had everything off the sidings and everything all powered off. But yeah, the ZW can't handle. I don't think you can handle this. Woo! The ZW just couldn't take it. I was kind of surprised. I thought it would be this big old brick powerhouse. No, it's not a brick. This legendary machine from the 50s. No, it couldn't handle it. Washington Railboy, do you want my ZW when I figure out a new power situation, potentially? Because I do want to run three decent-sized passenger trains at once. That's my goal. That's about all I can run down here at once. I've done 5 trains at once, but they were all shorter trains. So 3 passenger trains. Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, Newt says, I am a Legacy Power Master. I feel like you need to be like at the press conference. I am the Legacy Power Master. What? And everybody freaks out and falls over and thinks that you're Iron Man. My good friend Alfonso Lanzagorta says, I'm doing a weird Mexican project, but we'll have also U.S. passenger sets. I have some here, like the Blue Comet or the Crescent Limited, but I want to know which are my favorite iconic sets. I think he's asking what are my 5 iconic passenger sets. 5 is easy. 3 gets a little trickier. My favorite passenger sets, the Union Pacific yellow streamliners, behind anything, whether it's Big Boy or 844, doing excursions, 3985 for that matter too, or even just behind my F3s. That's probably my favorite one to run. But a close second, the Daylight, especially since I just found streamlined cars for it that I showed you guys on last week's live stream. That's definitely up there. And then my third favorite is... that's tough. They're a heavyweight set. Because I have the Greyhound set. Oh, if we're doing top 5, I'm fine. But the Challenger 3977 or 3976 pulling Greyhound passenger cars, that's kind of nice with a two-tone gray. Kind of reminds me of New York Central kind of setup, but it's just a little more Pacific Northwest flavor. But also, if I couldn't pick that because I have too many UP in my list, the T1 Duplex passenger train. I run heavyweights behind it because that's all I have. I would like to find streamliners for it, but the heavyweights I have are just so freaking nice. These are nice too, but the 18-inch passenger cars are just a little bit too long for my taste. They still work around here. They look great around 072 and such, but on my 048 turnaround sections, they look a little silly. They look like 21-inch passenger cars on 072 curves. They look a little silly. Let's see. Oh. Rick says he was at Edison. Didn't see Ray. Oh, well. I didn't see him either. Says we have to connect at the next show. Oh, it's good you guys are catching up here. Ray, where are you? Did you just chime in and leave? If you just said hi and then got the heck out of this chat, I'm going to send you an angry text after this, buddy. I wish it showed me like who is in the chat. Instead of like, I only know if you're in the chat if you comment. Super Chief is an iconic set too. Yeah, especially the Chrome set, the Chrome passenger cars that we have. That one would probably make it into my top 5 if the locomotives were stronger. Okay, have an idea for you guys. 2 ideas. They're Lion Chief starter set diesels. So they're not the strongest things in the world anyways. But 2 things I'm thinking of that I could do to upgrade things. 1, buy a second one. And because they do run off of radio frequency, they should technically be able to respond to the same remote. You should be able to do 2 number 157s and control them together on the track with one remote. But I don't like running trains the same direction. Like, if you have an AA unit, the other one has to be going backwards. Having them nose to nose looks funny. If I switch around the motor inside, so that way when it goes forward, it actually goes in reverse, then I could essentially add a powered Lion Chief unit that would be paired up and work with just a basic Lion Chief controller. Let me know if you think that would work. I think that would be great, because that's the biggest issue that I have with our Super Chief set, is just the Lion Chief engines can pull those 5 extruded aluminum passenger cars, but they're not very happy about it. They're they show a little bit of weakness, especially around there on the switchyard side. Hi. Hello. I see someone just CO2727 Productions. Hello. Oh, Ray is in here. I'm on the TV, but I have to do all the work around the tree as my daughter doesn't help. Oh, good. I'm not the only one that happens to. Raise a hand in the chat if you have kids, or if you are a kid, and when it's time to set up the tree, they just play instead of actually help set it up. I have many fond memories of my sister and I getting Christmas decorations out that we just wanted to play with on the floor while mom and dad did all the work of actually getting the tree set up. And then afterwards we'd be all bummed, oh, I didn't leave any room. I want to put this on the tree. Well, you guys are busy playing with them, so we put things on the tree that you weren't playing with. So sorry, if you want it on the tree, put it on the tree, and then when we're done decorating, you can take them down and put them back in place later. My parents always got me like cars that actually had like wheels that moved. Like I have like a little Santa taxi and the wheels move. That Santa taxi is like O-gauge size. I should totally have that on the layout. What am I doing talking to you guys? I need to stop and go do that. No, I'm going to stay here. You guys are fun. All right. Northeast PA UP Master. What? Ray, what are you talking about? What did I miss? Oh no, he's answering. He lives in Northeast. Pennsylvania, and he's answering him. Okay. Come on, Mike. Keep up. We don't have to switch the motor around. All I have to do is reverse the reverse the polarity on. That's brilliant. I think I'm gonna do that now. Now I just need to find another 157 starter set Lion Chief, and then I'm in business. And then I got a spare dummy unit. I can find a good home for that. Noah, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm hanging out with you guys. It's always fun on Tuesdays. Oh, CO2727 says he has his own Lionel train, and he's a big fan. Whether you're a big fan of us, first of all, thank you, or a big fan of the Lionel train, glad to have you here. Go, Mike, find it. Steamroll Willie's telling me to find that Santa Fe engine. That'd be a good time. Hey, Sleeves. Speaking of more locals, man, all the locals are chiming in. This has been fun. Sleeves Rails lives about an hour that way from here. Newt asks says you may get better results with the War Bonnet LC 2.0. Yeah, so Lionel in a recent catalog released, and they're really nice. And I only know this because I have one already. They're essentially post-war style F3 diesels, but they have nice modern Lion Chief Plus 2.0 guts. They have electrocouplers, smoke on both of the units. In my case, the second unit isn't powered; it's just a dummy, but it does have the directional lights and everything. It's a fantastic set. I did a review on these F3s a while ago. And they re-released those, and they had the Santa Fe's in there. But I opted for the FT diesel Lion Chief set, not only because it was a little bit cheaper, but also because it's a different design. I try and avoid duplicates in the collection. Chooch is in here. Steamroll Willie's in here. All my friends are in here. It is so fun spending Tuesdays at lunchtime with you guys. Steamroll Willie says I have switched polarity on some of my Lego train motors. Oh, that's smart. Noah says last night I tested my new Athearn Genesis UP Challenger 3958. Yes, I saw that. He's got a short on his YouTube with that engine pulling some freight. Nice job. Let's see. Dummy unit could be a DPU. What? Oh, shoot. Oh, like to have it like along for the ride. BMR Trains is saying that these extra dummy unit could. Well, not really in a passenger train. You usually don't want a DPU in the middle of a passenger train. That would just look silly. I don't think they ever did that. I think your designated pushing units are typically only in like modern freight scenarios. They weren't really doing a whole lot of that back in the day. It's so funny when I'm going for realism with 3-rail trains. It's still fun to pretend. And then David, oh, I missed a comment down there. David says he's in Chandler in Arizona. Oh, cool, getting some Arizonians together. Tim's in here. Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. I always, when I call folks at work on Mondays, if I leave a message, I start off with, Happy Monday. Because people are more likely to listen to the rest of the message when they know it's not just, hello, this is Mike with blah, 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 blah. And just delete, don't even worry about it. When you say Happy Monday, A, you know it's not like just some robot person behind the desk of some call center. And B, you might think, well, shoot, if this guy's chipper enough on a frickin' Monday to act like that, maybe I do want to hear what he says. Seems to work for me. Am I ready for next year for big steam? Yeah, who isn't ready for big steam? Nothing against diesels, but you could get like a whole line of like 6 modern diesels lined up pulling a huge line of freight. And I go, oh wow, there's 6 modern diesels lined up for freight. Steam chooch! Pulling 3 cars! Steam puts some fire in my firebox, you know? It's just more fun. All the pomp and circumstance. Oh my gosh. 844 at speed around the layout. I did not know that my son was brave enough to get that thing going that quick, but we got him going. It's got such a nice chuff to it. Instead of just the same noise over and over and over again, I'm looking at you, modern Lionel. The new sounds on Lionels have gotten so generic. Bring back legacy sounds from the early ages, because the 844 sounds fantastic. It's got this dooga 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 for all the chuffs. And you get that thing rolling. Have you guys ever seen footage of 844 highballing? If you haven't, go find some people that are tracking, what do they call it? Pacing shots of 844 at speed is amazing. Because these are tall drivers. These are big fellas. These wheels are huge. And so you get those going at speed, and you realize how big this thing is and how fast those wheels are moving. Big Boy always looks like it's going fast, but it's got smaller drivers. It's got more of them, but it's got smaller drivers. And so when we really get Big Boy going, it's like... And when we get 844 going, it looks a little more composed, even though it's going the same speed. And then when we get 844 going at that fast enough speed... Oh my gosh, I just watched the replay of my glasses falling off. I'm an idiot. Then yeah, it's just so impressive. Check it out. Rick says, Mike, I have the feeling you're probably chipper about every day. Or, yeah. I mean, I have my days. I get worn out. I get stuck in the doldrums every now and then. But generally speaking, I have a pretty positive outlook on stuff. Well, I see a big block of text from Aiden. Let's see. I know you have the Polar Express, but I'm racking my brain for whether you have a Lionel Christmas starter set like Christmas Light Express kind of deal. I'd love to see a running session with those. No, I don't have any other Christmas trains besides the Polar Express. We have trains that we run like Christmassy kind of deal. Like my son put a wreath on the front of RBP's Atlantic. It looks really great as a Christmas train. We have some Christmas cars, but I don't have any other Christmas trains. I try to avoid holiday-specific trains and just have trains that look better and are kind of themed-ish for the holiday that we can still run any other time of the year. Like, Class A is a perfect example. Our Lion Master Class A has a spooky whistle. And it's black, and it's got some cool sounds to it. And the red trim around the window is more of a burnt orange. So it looks kind of Halloweenish. So we like to run that one around Halloween time instead of having a dedicated Halloween train. But yeah, that's just me. Like, I don't like putting the Polar Express away, but I also don't like the idea of running it year round. To me, it's a seasonal thing. So we put it away and we don't get it out until we get the elevated line all done up in Christmas lights. Let me know how you guys are with, do you run your Polar Express or your Holiday Christmas Light Express year round? Or do you only run them around the holidays? Let me know. Noah says he's seen the video of 8... You've seen the video of 844, Noah? No way. Stop the presses. Guys have seen all of them. Yep. It's amazing seeing that thing doing 80. Highball. David says it's crazy not only to see the huge drivers moving, but also all the connecting rods going around. Yeah. It's not just the drive. When you blur that big of a connecting rod, you know you're going quick. 4014 is going to get stolen when it comes to Philly. Yeah, we joked about 4014 going like, because you guys see like engines getting like vandalized and stuff. We joked on this on 3 Rails 4 Dads one time. They had all sorts of inappropriate things that they were going to paint on the side of a big, long, black steam engine. Honestly, like when I talked with guys on the Steam crew 2 years ago, they were kind of okay with not going to the Pacific Northwest because they're like, yeah, the amount of security that we need to not get our heritage fleet vandalized is ridiculous. Stop being a-holes. Everybody, I don't care where you live. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, if you're in Philly, less a-holes. Oh, James is in the house. James is trying to make room for new trains. Yeah, my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I'm like, I need better storage options. And she's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, well, you could just get, shelves, but because my layout is mounted to the wall, it's really hard to get to shelves on the wall, especially over there where we would actually have some room. But the rest of this room, this isn't a train room. This room has trains, and we still have a couch and watch TV and all that stuff. So this room gets used for things other than trains, so it needs to have things other than trains in it. So yeah, hard to take over the house or this room for that. Tim says, do you have a special night to run the Polar Express and have hot chocolate with your family? That's a great question. We haven't done the hot chocolate thing yet, but it's less so specifically about the Polar Express and more so that at nighttime, my son has the choice of either doing reading a book before bed or doing Night Train before bed. And sometimes, like, especially now that he's in school, he's getting excited, like, I brought this new book home from the library. I want to read it for bedtime. Cool. And we'll read about sharks or whatever he found. And and other nights, he wants to do Night Train. Now, sometimes while he's getting ready for bed, like he's getting his teeth brushed, I'll run downstairs and I'll turn the train set on and kind of do like a little toot toot. Be like, Colin, we could do Night Train tonight. Because sometimes he doesn't really mind one way or another. But what I do really like doing this time of year, shameless plug for my new video, is reading the Polar Express while having the Polar Express go around and having well-timed Tom Hanks lines come in that are directly from the book. Like page 2. All aboard! The conductor cried out. I ran up to him. Well, he said, you coming? His lines are in the freaking book. So it's fun to kind of line those up. I've gotten pretty good at it. Why to the North Pole, of course, was his answer. This is the Polar Express. I took his outstretched hand, and he pulled me aboard. And no, I didn't I know they expanded on some of that stuff in the movie, but the only guy that's not really, the first gift of Christmas with Santa is in the book too. But the hobo is nowhere in the book, so when the train gets rolling for a while and all you get is, I am king of the North Pole! I can't use that one because it's not in the book. So as the train gets going, I have to kind of randomly stop it to start over the sound sequence. Again, I've gotten pretty good at this, if I do say so myself. I probably missed a lot with all that reading. UP 4014 only goes 45. Cute. She goes a little faster than that sometimes. In the Northeast, we don't talk about Philly. It's got that bad of a rap, huh? And then Aiden just got confirmation of a refund for some coupons, or sorry, some couplers he ordered from Trains. Good to know their customer service is just as good as their shopping experience. Good to know. Every now and then I get somebody that's got a naysay about something. No company is going to be 100% perfect all of the time. But I feel like more of the time Trains does a good job of taking care of folks. I'm not saying it's an end-all be-all. Just they seem to take care of folks. Oh, yep. Aiden caught me. I didn't even realize. I looked down and we're over an hour. Thanks, guys. Let's see. BMR Train says, hoping to get some scenery materials as Christmas presents this year. Oh, you're getting some scenic woodland stuff for your layout and such for Christmas under the tree. Nice. Newt has 7 Christmas engines / motive power. None of them are the Polar Express. Well, good, because everybody's got the Polar Express. You might as well spice it up, right? UP challenges as story time with Mike. Yeah, maybe the next time we'll do a... I actually did think, because we've watched a couple videos online, especially with bedtime stories that are videos. Maybe it would be fun to do a reading of the Polar Express, both with the book and to have my train kind of illustrate some of the scenes. I don't know. It sounds like a nice idea. It would probably be way more work than it's worth. Views are subjective. So let me know if you would like that. Let me leave a bit in the chat. Mike will put us all to sleep reading to us. You know, Rick, I'll even tuck you in, okay? Some creepy guy with a UP hat shows up to your house holding a Polar Express book and a big old goofy grin. Just call the cops. Tim's had great experience with the trains too. Good. I mean, I probably should wrap up stuff anyways. I gotta do a Target pickup for the wifey and some other runs, some other errands. It's been a while since the dog's been outside walking. I gotta keep an eye on the front porch. Wow. Front porch. Because something is arriving that's part of Christmas. That's been a lot of fun getting that stuff ready for Christmas. If you guys follow my shorts at all, I always like to tease things in shorts, kind of in the background on such of stuff that's coming, or stuff that's already here that my son just hasn't seen yet. He doesn't watch shorts. He watches my videos, which is odd because all the kids have short attention spans. And he's not usually one to watch movies, so whatever. I'm planning on getting 4 HO scale diesels from the upcoming train show this Saturday. Getting BNSF-9, a War Bonnet, Southern Pacific, ST-45. Are these ones specific that you're looking for there, or that you know that are going to be there that you're going to buy? Does a certain train store or whatever know that they're bringing them? Oh, Will's back. He shoveled some snow. Nice. How much did you guys get? Let me know. Oh, Newt's taking off. Have a good rest of the day, man. Thanks for joining us for lunch. Cheers. Gotta take my son to Taekwondo after school today. Got the pot roast simmering away in the slow cooker upstairs. I can start to smell it down here, so I know I didn't leave it unplugged. I did that last time. That was kind of ticked, but I caught it early enough where I could plug it back in and get it going. 4 inches. That's not too bad. I mean, enough to where you do need to shovel, but not so much to where it's like going to shut the city down. Unless it's like wet snow, and then 4 inches is more like you got like 8, but it's so heavy and wet that it compacted. But yeah, I should probably start wrapping stuff up for here. So if you haven't already, Giving Tuesday, today, as of the recording of this live stream, December 2nd, 2025, if you're watching this in the future. If you want to support great organizations, but also get some cool stuff for your layout, log on to trains.com. They did not pay me to kind of plug this or anything. I just think it's a great idea. But yeah, jump on Trains, because whatever you purchase, 10% of your purchase goes towards whatever organization of your choice. And there's a ton of good ones in there. I read off the list earlier. I think they've maybe even added to the list, because I'm pretty sure Lower Susquehanna Valley Modular Railroaders Club is on the list, and I don't see it on this list that they emailed to me last week. Last week they told us about this. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Thank you guys for all the support. Still trying to figure out what exactly to do for this Friday's video. I've got some stuff that's recorded, and I've got some stuff that's kind of some ideas and such. But yeah, stay tuned Friday for the big video, and like, subscribe, like this video if you would. Let me know in the comments on anything, any video that you watch. Just chime in, because I love hearing from you guys, especially to hear your input on stuff or your expertise. I love learning from the comments too. So yeah, we can all figure more stuff out with this hobby if we help each other. Thanks for joining me for your lunch break, and yeah, we'll catch you next Tuesday. This has definitely been fun doing it on a regular basis. So next Tuesday, certainly show up again if you can, and we'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye.